What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Berserk Manga, chapters 159 and 160. Not sure if you guys are going to see this on Sunday or Monday, depending on the like goal, but things are getting interesting. Getting a little weird here. We've seen... Because I remember asking this question way back in the early days, I think when we finally found out, like, the things the Behelit grants and what it can do, and essentially you've got to give up something to get. And I remember one of my first questions when we kind of saw that, like, you have to exchange something, was what happens if it falls into the hands of somebody that literally has nothing? Like, their life has been that shit. There is no family, there are no friends, there are no romantic relations, there are no children, there's nothing that they enjoy in the world, like, there's just nothing. What do they then exchange? And we see the results here. Now, I'm not sure. We didn't get an explanation on it yet. I don't know if we will, on what his or its abilities really are, because they showed the eyes in such different positions that, like, knowing what he is now, I don't see any, like, wings. How the eyes were illustrated in such a way that it would physically make sense for him to actually be in those positions. Now, of course, if he has an ability or something that changes that, then that's a whole different story. So maybe we'll get some clarification on that. We'll kind of see. So brand new apostle that we ran into. I mean, he's brand new. Skull Knight is on the field as well. He did sustain an injury though. We'll see if that plays a part. And Guts is going 1v9. I'm all for him just raging out and one-shotting them off screen, given the circumstances and how much seeing Casca right there would flip the switch within him, but we'll kind of see how it plays out. Make sure everything's on. Recording. Mic is on. You guys should be able to see the cursor. Alright. Chapter 159. The perfect world. What does that mean? I crawled out of my hole and closely observed the newly arrived humans. And the ones I glimpsed there would fall down dead, absurdly and indiscriminately. Then the suffering and fear of the living, trying to escape that death. The deceit-filled system established to conceal that chaos. People caught between the order of the crooked system and death. The bizarre festivals where with their own hands they gave shape to the shapeless fear, that the fear they wished to escape, both the hunters and the hunted. Everyone of the threatened was enthralled by heat. I mean, clearly he's like... He seems to be the first... I'm trying to think of all the apostles we ran into. Maybe Rosine. That seems to think a little bit outside of just his own, I guess you could say, selfish or human desires. Like, his mindset and the way he's speaking seems to have transcended just like the, oh, I'm an apostle, so I do as I will, I'm strong, I can't be killed, you know? Huh. My garden was buried by the debris of that ugly world. What the hell do you mean to do? This grudge? Are you going to take revenge on the people of Albalon? Can we sit here and say how, like, Luca is just not... I mean, I guess she is. How she's not just, like, freaking the fuck out on what she's actually what she's looking at? And she's actually here able to comprehend, like, she's actually clearly listening to what he's saying. She's spitting out sentences as well. I mean, maybe we'll get a page here where, like, we see she's freaking out internally, but, like, she's really holding it down here. Because if this was Nina, and maybe that's a shot at Nina, call it what you want. But I feel like even the average person, you put Jerome or anybody down here, I think they're going to be freaking out. One time I caught sight of a certain girl. The girl lived by selling her body to men. She was possessed by disease, near to death, and about to be crushed at any time by a world full of fear. But the girl had something to rely on. The leader of her group gathered the girls together and lived heartily through the harsh days. Me. The girl clung to her. She took refuge with her like a torch in the night. But the torch didn't just cover the girl in warmth. Oh god. It threw light upon an inflamed wound hidden by dark. But those threatened by the dark can by no means ever let go of the torch. All they can do is stare in the blank surprise at their illuminated, disgustingly cruel selves and continue to suffer it. And so he says he saw, like, where is he seeing this? So is he just like remote security cam? Like he just has eyes everywhere, or what? How is this working? And to protect their stunted self-esteem, they depended on it, all the while hating it. Cravenly, deceitfully. I too, while abhorring this world that only buried and crushed me, cannot escape from that light. When it comes to those humans, mad with fear, swarming like bugs beneath the tower, nothing will ever change. The ugly, the craven, the deceitful, the threatened, they who cling as they hate. There is but one thing we truly desire. He's marked too. It is the definitive missing piece between the old world and the new. How does that work? So somebody's branded him for sacrifice. One of the 5. Who is that? And why? I don't know. I mean, what he is himself is already like beyond the realm of just our normal like level apostles here. Maybe the mark won't mean anything, or maybe it is. I don't know how we're supposed to take that. Like, has he been chosen as a sacrifice by one of the 5? But can that even be done after the fact? I don't know how the sacrificing and the brand marks work, because the way I interpreted that with Griffith was, it's the same thing with like the Behillet and the exchange. The God Hand, only God Hands can give the brand, right? Apostles don't do that, I don't think. Did Teresa ever have a brand? I can't remember if her father branded her. I can't remember. I'm going to go with the assumption that only the God Hand are the ones giving out those brands. But I say that to say all of them already became God Hands, so there's nothing they need to no longer sacrifice. So how does he get marked with a brand? Because the way I interpret it is the God Hands mark those to be sacrificed for them to then become their God Hand selves. So why would he be branded? I don't know. The old world and the new, namely, and then we cut. And then we cut. I hope he's able to cut through this. Oh. We were in fact not able to cut through that. I mean, this is a lot to deal with. This is a lot to deal with. Because aren't we under the assumption that they're... No, they're branded the pseudo apostles are a step below apostles? They've still been juiced out of their mind, though. This is a bit... All this while Casca's literally right there. I mean, this is just a lot to keep up with right now. We haven't even gotten to Mozgus himself. Oh, man. Yeah, this is quite a lot to deal with. I'm curious, like, if any of them are going to play a significant part in this. Significant meaning, I mean, there's nothing that they can do as far as, like, brute force that Guts himself couldn't do. But golly, if we could just get any type of plan put together to just deter their focus for 2 seconds. If the 5 of them aren't focused on him and can just like break their concentration to look another direction for 2 seconds at a Nino or a Farnese, while Guts can get the focus of just 1, I mean, that could go a long way. It's a lot. We took off a leg. Shot one in the eye. Oh, I thought we beheaded one there for a second. We did not. He's fighting with those freaks. And winning. Is he human? Of course he's winning, because he's the man. If you train hard under me, someday you too can be a master of elf dimension style? Okay, whatever you say. I hate this, though. I really do hate this, because I feel like it's setting up to be the classic. I mean, not the classic. It's only really happened just once, but... And I said this last episode. Who's to say, even if he was 100% ready to go, he could even do anything? Because we know that the God Hand possess, like, X-Men mutant level abilities beyond just being, you know, immortal and collecting souls and yada yada yada. They have abilities. So who's to say a healthy Guts would even be able to do anything 1 versus 1, let alone if trying to attack all of them at once? But golly, I just hate that, like, he's going, like, they're going to show up, or maybe Griffith just shows up, or however it goes. He's gonna be beaten up. He's gonna be beaten up. It's gonna be a damn shame. What is this? She's right there, man. Oh god, Nina. I mean, I know Nina's scared. I'm scared, so scared. And I do love how... I think that was such an interesting panel. And I saw some people say it's open to interpretation when Nina has Luca in her hands. Essentially, her life is in her hands, because if she lets go... I mean, we know what happened after the fact, but if she lets go, Luca dies. If she holds on, it's going to cause her pain, though, to hold on, and she might drag them all down, you know, yada yada. But I thought it was very interesting. It was like, you could either interpret that as a moment where, like, this is the moment where Nina switches. Like, we saw the torture on her finger that they would show, but, like, Luca didn't see it. And that was supposed to be, you know, like, that was her moment to, you know, okay, I'm finally going to be something other than just, like, pessimistic and scared. I took it in a more, like, evil way of, like, oh, I have your life in my, like, look who holds it now. Because it's always been Luca the one that's, like, protecting her and looking after her, making sure she's that's how I interpret it. Regardless, it doesn't matter either way, because we know the result. Like, Luca's fine at the moment, and Nina is alive, so it's, you know, it's a toss-up. It's very interesting, but yeah, I mean, Nina's tapped. What is this? Father Mozgus, what is that form? That man. You know what it is. When the Black Swordsman appears, it breaks. The world I recognize comes crashing down in ruins. She's saying this is our fault? I mean, she does blame a lot on us already, but she's saying is his appearance our fault? He's dreadful. I really hope that we get rid of at least 1 or 2 of them in this chapter. I don't want us to have to deal with these things for because I feel like if this drags on, like, there's not gonna be a moment to breathe with Casca. Oh man. Like, he's finally gonna slice through them. He's gonna behead Mozgus. He's gonna scoop Casca up. She's gonna, like, embrace him, actually maybe trigger something, and boom, lightning strike like a titan. They're just gonna damn show up, and it's, oh man. Yes, that child threatened by the dark night. Has her imaginary cloak of faith burned away and is illuminated? I don't know, has it? You tell me. You actually tell me. As we're literally here fighting for our lives. Get a hold of yourself. You want to die that badly? You're the one who's gonna die while he just headbutted him in the chin. That'll knock somebody's ass out. Yeah, exactly. What just happened? His manhood's all in pieces? Okay, this is a mess. What's his play here, man? Like, I do acknowledge that we need some kind of distraction, some type of help, but I don't know what this kid could do. Please wait, Master. This is a task for us. Please leave this to me and the others. You must somehow accomplish your own holy task. If he leaves this room with her, Guts is gonna fucking lose it. It would seem I lost my composure a bit. Oh, he wanted to go beat ass. Yeah, I ain't got the time for that. I have left the twins as your bodyguards, Master. Then let us go. Yeah, if this doesn't... Oh god. And I hate this. And this is such an anime thing. I'm saying anime and manga. Like, when I say anime, I'm putting in manga as well. This is just an animated thing. Cartoons, comic book adaptations, comic books, anime, mangas, shonens, not shonens, etc. That, like, and I get it, but it's about a strategic thing. That, like, when someone's trying to do the sneak, that, like, they pull off the sneak up to the moment of the sneak and then have to yell right as they're performing said sneak. I don't know how this is gonna go, but if he could have just came out of the bushes and threw some shit silently, might have worked. You should stop. This is no joke. It comes to this, so be it. No, you don't. Isidro punch. Oh wow, and fucking Puck came with his damn dandelion at the same time. Elf strike, angel go, stabity. He actually got him in the back of the head. I'm going to assume this does absolutely nothing, even if he... I doubt he even felt it. No. Did he not even notice this? Just took flight? With us on his back? Oh god, he did. Like, we're sitting on this man's shoulders. Jesus. Is this Hawks over here? Or are we controlling these feathers at the same time? Damn. Oh, God. And we don't even know if, like... Yeah. We don't even know what those feathers do, like... paralyzed or dipped into... This is bad. This is bad. I'm starting to doubt if we even get out of this. I was hoping that, like, seeing Casca there or seeing them about to do something with Casca would make him go blank and just go. But now it's almost like it's too emotional. It's not invoking the rage, it's invoking, like, the panic. No, that couldn't possibly... It's the truth. You too have already seen several of what humans would call monsters, no miracles. To be sure there were those among them I was involved with. But all I did was grant them the power they desired. Yeah, that's the one that stabbed the goat boy and Mazgus, which we saw. Here on holy ground, everything is starting to flow towards that time. I'm doing nothing more than nudging it slightly. You yourself guided that witch to this place, didn't you? Perhaps without knowing it. But it's interesting, he's talking about, and this is the same shit we've been talking about since day one, he said everything is starting to flow towards that time, like it was just, everything's naturally heading to this. He's like, I just nudged it. I don't think his influence would have made a difference, whether he thinks he did or not. And then it's like, he's speaking of everything was naturally going to flow itself. I just kind of gave it a little bit of assistance. But if we really, it's like, you were getting pushed. Like, it was already in time, and you were already in that time. You were the one getting nudged. It's a lot. As you humans would put it, all our omens pointing to that time. It's the guidance of a greater will, or possibly the gears of fate. Soon it will appear. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we just talked about. In exchange for such a tiny no, for something that never even existed in this world. My existence. Here he is. Is he here? Why'd you bring me here? Why'd you make me listen to all that? To bait his big ass down here, or no? Oh, we missed. Were those skeletons moving of their own? And yeah, I had that question as well. Like, why is he bringing her down? Like, what's up with this? Maybe he's, I mean, has he ever really had a conversation with anybody in his life ever? It doesn't matter who. Just so before I disappear, someone hears my story. Figured. Now Luca's got that going. Ah, Lord. He still had that much strength. No hesitation in my sword. That's it. Not yet time to kill him. So he thinks he is gonna kill him. It just wasn't fate's time. Death, who are you? No. Who are you and all the others? That with which those of your world would do well not to become too involved. Although, depending on what happens at this holy ground, that truth itself could change. Where are we? I didn't even really see, like, do we just switch places? Are we on some, like, Jujutsu Sasuke Rinnegan a bit? Like, did he just switch places with this? Like, are we saying he jumped out of the way? Like, I'm not seeing where, like, how the hell he actually got out of that. But we're all looking up, so clearly we know which way he went, but oh, what? Uh-oh. Did he get his hand on another one? I can't tell what he's got in his hand. I thought it was a behelit, but I can't tell, but he just popped something in his mouth. I'm going to assume that is it. I see the crow mouth here, but what is this that he has in his actual hand? Regardless, I'm going to assume he just ate another behelit. So does he just go around just like plucking those off? It's like, hey, one less apostle. I'm going to assume. But then the thing is, again, is like, I don't know if he operates outside of said destiny loop, or is he just another cog in it and he thinks he has free will as well? Maybe he's meant to be the collector of the behelits and, you know, keep things. There's got to be a balance. There has to be there, and that's what I was saying at the beginning. Like, are the elves going to be a factor? Are there no more elves? Like, is there no positive to balance out the demonic and negative? There has to be. I feel like the nature in the universe would just correct itself. Not correct itself, but at least balance it. So I feel like he's the balance to the equation. Maybe. I don't know. Thanks once again, I guess. No, it's too soon for thanks. What? Interesting. I mean, Loki, I would almost say it's like the man damn near, I guess you could say, needed a friend, wanted a friend, just wanted somebody to tell his damn story to, like he said, I guess, because besides his interaction with the God Hand, has the man ever even had a any human interaction. And then what the hell was that mark on his tongue about? I mean, it's very interesting because, like I said, we haven't seen an apostle like this. We've seen some monsters, but again, they all reside in like a physical form. He seems to be like, no, I'm not gonna say he's not like shifting between where the God Hand are in like the world space, but he seems to be able to operate like outside of his form. I don't know. And then he's got the brand on his tongue, and then it's like, is he actually truly branded by a God Hand? But then why would he be branded if they've already assumed the rank of God Hand? There's nothing that they need to, unless it could be, now that I think about it, it could be like a Casca and Guts situation. Could he have been deemed one of the God Hand sacrifices? But no, that wouldn't make sense either. Dang, I thought that might be it, because we know how once they're branded, like that's it. But Casca and Guts are branded and they're still alive to this day. So not like they have to be consumed for like the God Hand to remain. Like Griffith he's there, he's out there. And Casca and Guts could never be actually claimed. They could live to their old age and just die. It's not going to affect Griffith's God Hand status. I was going to say maybe he was marked by one of the other God Hands. But then now that I think about it, with how many, was it like 100 plus? It's like 200 plus years between God Hands. That like there's no way he could have been branded and lived for that long to then just now. So I'm going to scrap that theory. I don't know why he's branded. I was going to say it could be a Casca and Gut situation where he's walking around and he was somebody else's sacrifice that never actually got claimed. I don't know. We'll see. Again, hats off to Luca for not just completely shitting herself. I was thinking maybe seeing Casca getting swooshed off in front of his face might trigger the more Berserk rage. It seems just like giving him a little bit of panic. And then damn Puck and Isidro get taken off. Maybe that'll actually be better, because I think if Isidro and Puck weren't going to get taken off, Casca might sure to get burned. So I don't know if he actually acknowledges that they're actually there on his shoulder. It'd be some great writing if he doesn't notice him. Maybe they can delay it, save her. I don't know, because we still don't know how that ends. It's only been seen in the dream. But we don't know if she actually gets burned. We just know that she does end up being put on it. So we'll see how it goes. We'll go ahead and leave it there. I appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.